Hi guys, welcome back to the UK and Ireland tour. My name is Chris, aka Big Will, and today we've come back slightly ahead of schedule because we've got two big games today. We are up against second place Colwyn Bay. We're currently 7 points clear of them, potentially to extend that to 10 if all things go well. We're 12 points clear of Holywell and Barlowtown, but more importantly, TNS, who are quite a way down in the table at the moment, we're 16 points clear of them. They are our closest rivals in terms of general form. But the reason we've come back a little bit earlier is we do play TNS today, but not in the league game. We play them at home in the Nathaniel Cup semi-final. So two big games for us today, potentially leading up to a cup final, which would be very nice indeed. But primary focus, of course, is that game against second place, Colwyn Bay. Hopefully going into this game, we can continue doing what we've been doing. We remain on a very good run of form. One or two players slightly unhappy with game time. Lewis Lyons might be getting recalled, which would be unfortunate because Coventry want him playing as a regular goalkeeper, but we do have him on that sweeper keeper role anyway. In relation to the rest of the squad, we're pretty much at full strength. There's a little bit of rotation involved, obviously, with the game against TNS coming up. It will be a big one. Prescott is struggling a little bit for fitness, so Charlie Tasker's going to get an opportunity in at right back. Not too sure what to expect. We have struggled in a couple of matches recently, but still managed to come out with the results. Hopefully, we can go out there and get a comprehensive victory against what are currently our closest rivals for the title. Obviously, looking at previous results we've had against Colwyn Bay, we've actually drawn against them the last few times. We drew against them in the last game of last season, which cost us the league title. So I'm hopeful that we can go out there today and just put things to right a little bit and hopefully get the 3 points to extend our lead at the top of the table. And it will be a tough game. All of the games against them, as I've said, do tend to be quite close. But if we can get a goal reasonably early on, that would be nice. And Taylor has just been brought down in the penalty area by Grushinski, and there's an opportunity for us to take the lead. It's going to be Hamilton to take the penalty kick. He strikes it, and it's a shocking penalty. Russell catches it, and it remains 0-0. Not a good start from our point of view for Hamilton, especially. But hopefully it won't knock the wind out of the sails too much. Here's Thompson. Gets the ball into the penalty area, and it's fell for Omaruyi. And it's only his fourth goal of the season. And from the missed penalty, we now find ourselves behind. Not ideal in the situation. Hamilton with a free kick whips it in, and Russell comfortably palms it away. And again, as I was saying before, we have struggled in recent matches. We have managed to come away with the results, but it's taken a lot of digging in from the lads to grind out just the odd point and sometimes the 3 points as well. So hopefully we can find our way back into the game relatively quickly. Harley Hamilton charging into the penalty area, and it's another fingertip save there from Russell. Hamilton having a very good game so far. Aside of that missed penalty, he's certainly trying to make the difference today, but so far nothing is going quite his way. Oyatunde picks it up here and lays it across to Taylor Clark. Plays it back to Oyatunde, gets the shot away, but it's quite way over the crossbar. And it remains 1-0 to Colwyn Bay. And again, we're creating plenty of chances, but we're not looking like we're going to take them at the moment. Hopefully, we will do. We've had precisely twice as many chances as Colwyn Bay today and failed to take them. And hopefully in the second half, we can just pick it up a bit and find a way to get ourselves back into this match, because at the moment, it's not looking too promising. We're dominating possession. There's been no chances created in the opening 15 minutes. We're going to demand more from the lads because, again, it's not been good enough so far today. And we're going to just pause there for a moment and probably make a couple of changes. Smith is going to come off for George King just because he's struggling for fitness. Schwabe can come on in the midfield as well. And again, because of these cup competitions, we're having a build-up of fixtures as well. And unfortunately, I just don't really think we've got enough depth to the squad for that at the moment. Um, all of our forward players have had poor games as well. It is something that we may have to consider bringing Kenny Coker on. And it's something we have been doing, incidentally, is pushing to two up front. And in one game, we actually pushed to three up front. Hopefully something like this will help matters. We'll just confirm that. And obviously the opposition do have a corner here with Beckett, and Omaruyi has scored again, and it's very much looking like we're going to fall to a league defeat here. And again, in an episode, we're looking like we're going to get beat here, and it's not ideal by any means. We're going to certainly continue with the changes. We're going to go very attacking. We're going to berate the team because I mean, everybody's played poorly today. Obviously, Hamilton missing the penalty early on hasn't helped matters, but 6.3s and 4s all over the pitch today. It's been very, very poor. Oyatunde to Doherty. Now Schwabe into Hamilton. Eiraha back to Schwabe. Now Doherty coming down this left-hand side. He's had a poor game as well again today. Can't get the crossing. Eiraha picks it up. He does get the crossing, and Kenny Coker's there, and it's off the crossbar, and Coker in the end was actually offside. So we're not really doing enough, unfortunately. And we'll get Harvey Woods on as well. Just for a couple of players struggling for fitness, but everybody has played poorly today, and it has certainly not been good enough. Here is Pritchard into Searle, good interception by Eiraha. Now Woods into Vincent, coming down the left-hand side, using his fresh legs to get the ball in, and again, Russell keeps it out. Our finishing, again, has been very, very poor today, and it's another defeat in an episode, but a very rare league defeat, and despite our domination in the match, it's been a comprehensive loss, this, to be honest. Colwyn Bay have managed the game very, very well. And despite our qualities, we've looked very, very average today. A couple of set pieces have undone us, and it's very much not good enough. Eiraha plays it forward. Kenny Coker couldn't get a touch on it. And again, we're just not showing enough competitiveness there. And we've gone 2 up front, and we look less dangerous than we did when we were 1 up front. Here is King into Vincent. Obviously, there's a lack of support out wide now because we've gone to that narrow formation and 2 up front. Here's Schwabe into Eiraha. Has support. I mean, he looks over the top there, and I'm not too sure who he was trying to play it to, but it's fallen here for Harley Hamilton. He's taken a deflection and gone in, so we've got to go back, but I don't think anything more will come from it, to be honest. Hamilton's deserved a goal today, though. He's looked the most likely. He's had a few opportunities, as we've seen, but again, from an overall perspective, we're looking poor up front. Kenny Coker hasn't scored regularly we've managed to play him, and Oyatunde has been poor recently as well. But again, twice as many attempts nearly as Colwyn Bay, and we've failed to take our opportunities, and we've suffered a defeat. They closed the gap to us. It's far from ideal, and we're going to let the lads know that it's completely unacceptable. And I fear that we may end up doing the same again against TNS in the cup tie, because our record against them, as you are aware, is very poor. But we're opening the door again, and we did this when TNS were chasing us previously. I'm not too frightened of the chasing teams at the moment. Obviously, we had a 10-point gap twice last season, and we let it all slip. I'm hopeful that it won't happen again, but we're only 4 points clear of Colwyn Bay now, following those 2 goals from a player that is only a 2-star quality player at this level. And in our team, he wouldn't be starting. So it's very poor from our point of view, but we have to reset and go again, especially with this game against TNS coming up in the Cup semi-final. It's not going to be easy, that is for sure. Dion Donoghue continues to score goals for fun, it would appear. He's played 7 games in the league and scored 7 goals. And overall, he's not a top-class player for this level I'm referring to. And he's not even a forward, but he seems to turn up with goals very, very regularly. So we've got plenty to watch out for, plenty to improve on, and a cup semi-final is coming up next. Okay then guys, it's cup semi-final time against TNS. After the previous performance, I'm not too sure which way it's going to go, but at the moment we would appear to be lacking an out-and-out goal scorer. Oyatunde, to be fair, has scored 18 goals, 8 goals in 18 appearances, so he's not got a bad goal scoring return. And Kenny Coker's not played too many matches. He's not actually started a league game, but he's got 6 goals in 15 appearances and 6 in 6 starts. However, one game, of course, he did score 4 goals in, which you were witness to, but we just seem to be lacking a little something at the moment. But hopefully it will come good for us today. We haven't beaten TNS for a while. I'd much rather do it in the league because of obviously how things are going. At the moment, it's still very tightly congested in that league table. But going into this match, it's a cup semi-final. We want to make it to the final. And if we can get past TNS, we would be certainly favourites for that final indeed. So we'll see how we get on. But we need better performances from everybody today. Here's Harlock. Plays it out wide to Wade. TNS immediately looking pretty aggressive in the challenge. Hamilton moving it out wide to Blacker. Hamilton in the end did have a good game despite missing that penalty. Sunday's strike again off target. We really need to get more focus from our centre forwards. And again, at the moment, we're still a part-time club. Despite everything, the board will continue to refuse to go completely professional, despite how well we're doing as a club at the moment. And I think it is coming to that point where obviously we do need to win the top league before we move on, but we're running out of options of what we can do with this team at the moment. Here is Taylor coming inside from that right hand side. Blacker nods it down for Harley Hamilton. Can he get it square in the penalty area? No, but he lays it back to Blacker and Robson. What a save that is. He's managed to touch it onto the crossbar. At the moment, it would appear that all of the goalkeepers are finding ways just to have blinders every time we come up against them at the moment. Harlock's delivery, Assels with the header over the top, and it remains 0-0. Relatively positive from our point of view. We have been the better side so far, but again, being the better side, as we've seen against Colwyn Bay, won't guarantee results if you don't put the chances away. Kerry Evans into Hamilton. Again, coming through the centre, and he tried to play it through to Blacker, who was offside. He's managed to come back and pick it up, though. Obviously, with the defender getting into possession, it meant that he wasn't offside on the return of play. King out wide to Prescott. Chance to get it into the penalty area if he can just get past his man, and he ends up turning back. Taylor Clark will also try that, and Prescott does get the delivery in, and Blacker manages to just about reach it. It's his 9th goal of the season, and we take the lead here in this cup semi-final just after the half an hour mark. It took a lot of doing on that right-hand side, but Prescott finally managing to do what Prescott does best and get that delivery in toward the far post from that right-hand side, and Blacker winning the header and giving us a deserved lead. But again, our top 2 goal scorers are Taylor and Blacker, the 2 wingers. Our centre forwards really are struggling for goals at the moment. Here is Blacker. Poor pass, and again, Sunday not really getting involved at the moment. Onanuga cutting inside at the back for TNS. Back to Thomas. Onanuga just holding on to possession. Plays it forward, and Kerry Evans does well with the header. And Doherty picks it up. Lays it back to Kerry Evans. Incidentally, Vincent has just come to us recently saying we've broken our promise to him and not given him enough first-team football, but he's rotated in and out of the side, and he's made quite a lot of substitute appearances as well, but he is still unhappy with his amount of game time. Oyatunde has managed to get in behind and score, but again, when he does seem to put the chances away, he's offside. It's very, very frustrating with him at the moment. He's certainly capable, but for whatever reason, it's just not happening for him at the moment. But we can be quite happy with that first half, that is for sure. TNS have grown in the game and created some chances of their own. We are just edging it overall, but the important thing is, of course, we are ahead. Controlling possession is only half of the battle, but we are doing well to do that against TNS because it is something we do tend to struggle with against them. Can we find a way to hold on to this and reach our first ever cup final here at Briton Ferry? Taylor picking up an injury that is not ideal, potential foot injury. So Harvey Woods is going to have to come on out wide for him. Doherty's been poor again. We'll get Vincent on for him as well. He really is struggling, Doherty, on this loan spell. He's had 1 or 2 really good games where he's done plenty in terms of creating opportunities. He's managed to get some assists in there, but he's just not got any consistency in his game at the moment. Lyons coming out making a very good claim there. We might be losing Lyons, like I say, in January, so it could be a bit of a blow that we lose him, but we are hopefully, well, it's already been confirmed, we are getting another goalkeeper in on loan until the end of the season on the 1st of January. So if Lyons leaves, we've got another one coming in to replace him anyway. Here's Taylor Clark back to Schwabe. And now Hamilton into Blacker. Trying to come down this left-hand side. Can he get the delivery into the penalty area? Yes, he can. Harvey Woods back to Taylor Clark. It's blocked and Schwabe was there. But again, no control on the strike. And it goes over the bar. And again, we're playing good football, but we're not taking these chances. And at 1-0, especially against the side of TNS's quality within the Welsh setup, we've got to be very, very careful. Here's Taylor Clark. A bit of space to run into. Finds Harvey Woods. Oyatunde! Finally. It was a bit of a snapshot from him, and he didn't have a lot of time to think about it, which may have helped matters, if truth be told. It fell for him fortuitously. He was under pressure from the defender. He's hit it first time, and finally, we have a little bit of breathing space in this Cup semi-final. It's a good finish from Oyatunde. Robson again got a touch to it, though. He's had a very good game, again, the keeper, but he couldn't keep it out, and hopefully that will see us comfortably through to the final. But there's still plenty of time for things to change. We have to maintain our pressure here. Schwabe into Harvey Woods. Plays it into Harley Hamilton. Back to Woods. And Oyatunde has finished superbly again, but he's offside again. It's a fantastic volleyed goal, if truth be told, straight into the top corner. But again, he's timed his run a little too early. We've got to, he's really just little fractions, just to tighten things up a little bit, and he would have had a hat-trick today. Here's Harvey Woods. What a run, and what a goal from Harvey Woods. It confirms our place in the cup final. That is a phenomenal goal. Certainly going to be a contender for goal of the season from Harvey Woods. Picks it up, controls it well, beats one, beats the fullback and the centre-back, makes the run in between them. Oyatunde occupying the thoughts of the centre-back there as well, and finishing superbly past the goalkeeper. And we potentially could be bringing a different trophy home at the end of the season. Really good result, that one. Big confidence booster for the lads as well. Hopefully we can do something similar in the league game. But we've made it to the cup final. It's the Nathaniel MG Cup final, I believe it is, that we're in. And brilliant, brilliant stuff. We've got the job done. And I'm not too sure when the cup final is. I don't know if it's going to be a mid-season cup final or whether it's toward the end of the season. Obviously, we've not made it that far before. So it's going to be interesting to see when that schedule's in. And we'll have a look at that now before we make a final decision on when we come back for the next episode. 4 to 5 weeks with the twisted ankle. It's the second reasonably sized injury that Taylor has had, which is very unfortunate. And in terms of the schedule, the cup final is on the 17th of January. So the league split will happen after these two league games here, but we'll definitely be back for that cup final. There's a number of games to play in the meantime, of course, but we're looking at Newtown away and the cup final in the middle of January. And obviously we've got transfers coming up as well. We've got a tough schedule coming up in December, but next episode is going to be that cup final. And again, hopefully we can bring home a trophy. So until next time, guys, thank you very much for your support. Please like, subscribe to the channel. It is all greatly appreciated. I will see you all next time. This is Big Will, signing away.